Did you know that scientists and researchers publish their research results in academic journals? Getting published in an academic journal is a rigorous process. Let's break it down. The first step is to get an education. Scientific research and the publications that are produced in the process is led by a principal investigator, or a PI. To become a PI, you first need a bachelor's degree, then sometimes a master's depending on the major field, then a doctoral degree. After your PhD, some fields also require researchers to continue their training with one or more postdoctoral positions. Then you have to conduct the research. To conduct research, you first need to get money to do it. How do researchers get money? By writing grants. Then, researchers review the literature to determine what we, the world, already know about the topic. Once researchers know what's already known, they can form a hypothesis and begin designing their experiments. After that, researchers perform the experiments, collect data, and run statistical analyses on the data to find out if their results are significant. Great! We have some results. But it's not enough to just do great science, you have to tell people about it. Scientists distribute their results in a few ways, such as scientific conferences and academic publications. Publications must include a thorough review of other studies, the literature comes in handy here, detailed methods so other scientists can replicate the work, results in the form of figures, tables, and statistics, and a discussion of the relevance of the results in terms of the field of research. Wow, does that sound complicated? That's because it is. Now that the researcher has written a paper for publication, it's time to submit to a journal. There are different levels of reputability of journals, and there are different ways you can find out if the journal is a trusted source. For example, is it listed in a trusted database, like PubMed.gov? Or does it have a high impact factor? Once it's submitted, a journal editor will check that the paper meets basic quality standards for that specific journal. A top journal, like Science, will reject about 80% of submissions at this stage. Next, the paper will go through the peer review process, where 2 to 3 other experts in the field will critique the paper. Sometimes this process is double-blind, so the authors don't know who the reviewers are, and they don't know who the authors are. Blind reviews are important to try to reduce biases in the peer review process. Based on the peer review, the editor will make a decision to reject, request major revisions, request minor revisions, or accept the paper for publication. In the first submission process, a flat-out acceptance almost never happens. The researchers must now revise the paper. This might involve collecting more data, conducting new analyses, and lots of new writing. The researchers can now resubmit the paper for publication. The average paper goes through 2 rounds of peer review. Congratulations, researcher! Your paper was accepted for publication. Now you get paid, right? Actually, no. Researchers do not receive money for the papers they write. In fact, they often have to pay the journal to publish, especially if they want it to be open access, so anyone can read it. After a paper has been published, it becomes part of the body of knowledge that other researchers might read and cite when they are planning their experiments. Other scientists may even try to replicate your results. If your results cannot be replicated, or if other scientists notice errors or inconsistencies in your work, the journal might retract your paper. All scientists go through this complex process. Evolutionary biologists like me, climate scientists, medical researchers, the list goes on. There are nearly 8 million full-time researchers, about 0.1% of the global population. The vast majority of these researchers are collaborative and truth-seeking. Being a scientist is demanding and rigorous, but also very rewarding.